up, Bookish babes? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over the 24 books that I loved in 2024. Y'all, although 2024 is not over, I feel like I have a set few books that stuck out to me that I just enjoyed so much. And I figured, why not share it with you guys today? And if you see me looking over, I'm looking at my laptop with all the books that I typed in for you guys. Now, these books are in no specific order. I am not saying like the first one is the very best one that I enjoyed. I can't even, I may can actually sit back and think about which ones are like my top 10 and kind of put them in order for you guys. Well, not put them in order, but like give you my top 10 books. And I might do that. We may do that. We may do that in a video for Bookmas to keep these videos coming out. So we're gonna go ahead and start from the first book that I wrote on this list. And if you guys hear any noise, if I can't fix it in editing, they out there dragging dollies in the parking lot, because it's like, I don't know, every other day they having somebody deliver something. Well, my apartment building, they renovating these apartments, and yeah. So the first book is Powerless. Now this, when I say Powerless, I actually mean by Lauren Roberts. I'll put the book on the screen. I was not in the mood to take all these books off this shelf and make this big mess because I gotta go take my client to get a haircut today at 3. It's 1:42 and I gotta go pick up my Chipotle at 1:50. So now, like I said, when I say Powerless, I mean Powerless by Lauren Roberts, not Powerless by Elsie Silver. I haven't read that one yet. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed reading Peyton and Kai's story. Like, I really enjoyed the banter and everything that was going on. Like, just getting the backstory of what's going on in these next couple of books. But I just finished Reckless. You guys should see that video. I think it should be out before this one, of course. Y'all, the ending of Reckless had me stumped. Like, I'm not gonna say stumped, like I was baffled, honestly baffled, because if you read it, you know. But I absolutely love Powerless, y'all. Like, that series alone so far has me hooked. Like, I mean, I feel like it's just, if you haven't read it, read it to understand what I'm saying. But Powerless, absolutely enjoyed the crap out of that book. Now, the next book on this list is the Bromance Book Club, y'all. I read all of those books back to back because they were so good. And I was so mad that when I decided to finally read the book, my Books A Million no longer carried the books in the store. So I read them on, was it Libby? Did I download them from Libby, or was it Kindle Unlimited? I feel like it was Libby. It was either Libby or Kindle Unlimited where I read these books. Y'all, it's just something about all of the friend group and them having their each separate own issue and how they was there to help each other with it and through it. I have one book left in that series, and I think it's the Christmas book. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but I was gonna read it right after I finished that, and I asked in the video, should I wait till Christmas to read it? So now that it's December, we're gonna be reading that book and we're gonna be wrapping that series up. But I can't tell you how much I enjoyed that series. Like, if you're looking for something that's like light, fluffy, and funny, and that will hold your attention, and the friend group in it, like, you're gonna really enjoy it. The Bromance Book Club is so good. That whole series is so good, so good. Now, y'all, if you have not been watching my channel this whole year, then this be your first time hearing me say something about this book, this series, these brothers. But if you've been on my channel and you've been a part of the fam this whole time, you should be sick of me talking about the McLean brothers, y'all. I felt like I would never find brothers that just did it for me like them, but I have. But I still think about them. Like, they are amazing. Like, it's let me love you, let me hold you, let me show you, let me please you. It's just, I think it's like 4 brothers, 2 twins. Yeah, it's 4 brothers and a sister. Y'all, it's just something about the McLean boys, y'all. You would think they were real hard. I'd be funning and fanning and fangirling over these men. Like, they just like really, they probably are some men out there like them. And the lucky girls, the lucky girls, that's some lucky ladies. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the fictional characters, y'all. I love the series, the McLean Brothers series, y'all. I like, yes, I know it's multiple books in the series, so it counts like multiple, like, but listen, the series as a whole, we're here for it. I'm excited. I love it. I need more of it. I've been like, ooh. I feel like there's a lot going on today. Like, every time I'm sitting here trying to film, it's like a whole bunch of noise. Someone coming from somewhere. The next book on this list is Monday's Not Coming. Now, listen. This book is kind of traumatizing. Search up the trigger warnings. And someone said it was based off a real story. Someone said it's based off a real story. And I kind of believe it. Because I think when I seen this trial, I forgot the name of the lady. Well, then again, I don't know. Someone said Monday's Not Coming is based off something that really happened in real life. And when they said that, they put the kids' names in the TikTok. That's where I got the recommendation from. It's TikTok. Y'all, this book is so traumatizing that it had me crying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was sad because as a person with kids, like, I would never think to do any of the things this lady did to her kids. Like, it's just traumatizing, honestly. The next one is A Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. Y'all know I'm a Kennedy Ryan fan. I love anything Kennedy Ryan writes. Like, ever since I read Before I Let Go, that's the name of the book. Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, y'all, I've been stuck on this lady writing. Like, the way she write, the way she tells the story, the way she write her men's in her books, the way that it's just, and then, oh my God. Although she write about some tough topics sometimes, like in A Long Shot, the guy was abusive. She write it so tastefully that it's just like, I mean, I don't know how you can write abuse tastefully, but like, I don't know, you just feel all the emotions with her book. When you're reading her book, like, you're going to feel every emotion she wants you to feel, you're going to feel it. Like, that's just honest to God true. Like, every emotion that she wants you to feel in that book, you're going to feel it. And that's how I felt when I was reading A Long Shot. Like, I was so mad at that boy. Like, I just could not, like, ugh. Moving on, the next book is Demon Dreams, y'all. I don't even remember the boy name. Smoke, that's his name. See, I just lied. Smoke. The men's in it, like, that book might be long. It may be long as crap. Like, it may give 3 weeks to read it. Just read it. Like, I promise you, you would not be disappointed. I read that book and I was giggling, and like, I have a video on my channel of me reading that book, y'all. And the scene where she was in the church getting married and he stood up and was like, Kiana, come on, like, come here. And like, what you talking about? Like, you won't get the context of the book. Like, you just gotta watch that video of me reading that book to actually understand, like, my true feelings behind that book. Because let me tell you, chef kiss. One thing about TikTok, the girlies on TikTok, when it comes to me looking for Black authors, colored authors to read, the girls on TikTok are going to give you the recommendations, and they never miss for me. Like, they don't miss. It's so many books that I want to read in 2025 that they've recommended on Book Talk, to the point where I have a whole list of books that I want to read. So read it. Demon Dream, you won't be disappointed. Now, it's gonna be long, but once you read it, you gonna get hooked, and that time is just gonna fly by. It's just gonna right on by you. The next book on this list is Out on a Limb, y'all. The Way, When, and what's his name? Bo. When and Bo. I don't even need the book. When and Bo. The way that Bo just stepped up and took care of business, although they didn't know each other. Like, they just met. It was a one-night stand. She ends up pregnant. The way he stepped up for her, absolutely. Absolutely yes for me. The next book on this list is Just for the Summer. Yo, Justin, I think that's his name. Justin, he's a true definition of if he wants to, he would. That man did everything. Like, if she said something, it was just like no brainer. Like, no brainer. Like, it was a no brainer to him. And I just, like, although they were both going through things behind the scenes with their mothers and him having to raise his siblings and her dealing with her mom and how her mom never really paid attention to her, the way they was there for each other, or especially Justin, like, y'all, if you haven't read Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, please do. Like, Abby Jimenez eats with the men's in her books. Like, she eats. Like, one thing about Abby Jimenez, y'all, she is going to give you the book boyfriends. Like, she's going to give you the book boyfriends. Honest to God, she's going to give you the book boyfriends. The next, what is Heart? Okay. The next book on this list, I put Heartstoppers in my computer auto-corrected, but Heartstoppers, the series, y'all, I love that series. Like, that's like my very first graphic series, and the way I didn't know that Charlie and Nick was gonna grow on me so much. Like, I cannot wait to see the I often say season 6, volume 6 come out. Like, I really need to see that show. Like, I really need to sit down and watch that show, but that's gonna be like a January thing, because the way December going, we ain't got time to do nothing but film and read. So yeah, like, y'all, I absolutely love Heartstopper series. Like, if you haven't read that graphic novel series, please do. It's so good. The next book is the next 2 books is Wild Love and Wild Eyes. It's like a single father trope books by Elsie Silver. Is it Elsie Silver? Yeah, Elsie Silver. It's basically like single fathers. Y'all know how I feel about single fathers. Like, anything single fathers, I'm here for it. I love it. We're all in. I love everything about single father trope. Like, that's like one of my single father small town romance. That's what it is. Cowboy. If you haven't read those 2 books, read them. I cannot wait for a Wild Side to come out so that I can read that and see what's going on in that book, because oh my god, that book is gonna be so good. I feel like that may be the best book out of this series, because the way that they built up those 2 characters in the first 2 books, that book is going to eat so bad. Like, I cannot wait. Like, I can feel it in my bones. Like, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good, y'all. Like, y'all just, if you haven't read Wild Love and Wild Eyes, go ahead and get those books out the way. Then you'll know who Wild Side is about, and you're gonna feel the same way I'm gonna feel. The way that they built up, oh my god, please don't be like Lucy Score. That book better eat. Excuse me, but that book better eat. The next book on this list is Pick Up Your Feeling by Kimberly Brown. Now, I was on scrolling through TikTok, as I'm always. My food at Chipotle is ready, but I was scrolling through TikTok, and I came across this reel about Pick Up Your Feelings, and it made me want to read it, so I read it, and amazing. It's about this girl who ends up dating this guy. She got pregnant with twins, and he ends up going to jail. She finds out that while at his trial, that he's married with 2 other kids. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. Next book is Phantasma, y'all. I love that book. It gave I don't know. It gave ghouls and ghosts and phantoms, and I can't even explain it. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. The next book in this series, the next book in this series? The next book on this list is Tempted by Danger. Now, when I told you guys I was looking for brothers that matched up to the McLean brothers, the Danger brothers. The Dangerous brothers. let me go get my food and we'll come back and talk more about the Danger Brothers. All right, I'm back from picking up my food and on to the next book. No, we was talking about Tempted by Danger, y'all. Yo, it's about these Danger Brothers who run this company, and one of the brothers was forced into the role of CEO. He always felt like the family black sheep where no one really liked him or cared for him, and his parents sent him off to this boarding school for boys, and he felt like he just didn't receive the same love and respect as the rest of his siblings did from their parents. And the reason behind it, I don't know if that's a spoiler. I don't know if it's a spoiler. I'm not gonna tell the reason behind it. I'm gonna let you guys read it. It's Tempted by Danger, y'all. It's really good. I love it so much. But we're gonna go on to the next book, which is Daisy Haites the Great Undoing, y'all. I cannot wait till the next Daisy Haites books come out, because I want to know what happened. Like, the way this one ended, I honestly want to know what happened, and like, did it get resolved? Like, it's just, out of the Magnolia Park Universe series, I am obsessed with Daisy Haites books. Julian, Daisy, and for some reason I thought when everyone was talking about it, like, Julian was in love with this other girl, some other girl. I always thought it was some other female, but when you read it, you'll find out who it is. And I don't know what else to say. Like, I felt like he saw himself up. But the next book in this list is Binding 13, y'all. I didn't honestly think I was gonna like this. Well, I can't even say the series because I only read the first book, but the way that the friend group is set up in the first book, the way that the the found family, like, you can just tell this series is so good. Like, it is deserving of all the hype that it is getting. Like, reading about Shannon and I think, what his name is, it Johnny? I don't even remember the guy's name. I feel like that is correct. But reading about them and their friends, Gypsy and Claire, like, you just get the backstory. Her brother, like, you get the backstory of everything that's going on, especially with her mom and her dad, and how she was raised in this abusive household and how everything plays out. Y'all, I think I actually did start this Keeping 13, but I didn't finish it because I was trying to read something else, and I didn't want to get myself caught up into that series. But it's so good. Like, I honestly enjoyed Binding 13 to the point where it had me hooked. It honestly had me hooked and ready to dive into the next series, or the next book in the series. And I'm scared because a lot of people say Gypsy book isn't as good as it was hyped up to be. So I'm kind of scared about that, but when we get to it, we get to it. The next book is Ante Up by Christina C. Jones, y'all. I kind of stumbled upon her on Kindle Unlimited, just scrolling through, and I read some of her books and actually enjoyed it, especially Ante Up. I think in Hostile Takeover. Did she write Hostile Takeover as well? That's the next book, Ante Up in Hostile Takeover. I think she wrote Hostile Takeover. I'm not sure, but I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all see it on the screen and can tell me whether she wrote it or not. Let me pull it up on Kindle and see, because the way she did, she wrote both. Like, y'all, those two books are so good. Like, if you have never read a Christina C. Jones book before, it's just something about how she write her mans in her books, how she, I don't know, it's just so good. I cannot explain it. Ante Up is about this girl who is working at this casino, and one night she ends up having a one-night stand with this guy who she ends up finding out is the owner of the said casino that she works at, and he disrespects her the next morning. It's just so much, y'all. It's so good. She got family drama with her brother, her mom. Like, her dad used to abuse them, and they act like it didn't happen, and like he was just the best dad in the world. But she just can't get over the point that, like, you abused us, and my mom saw it, and she just kind of, I don't know. Hostile Takeover is basically about this girl and her dad who owns this grocery store, somewhat like what's that store? We don't have one down here, and I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Everyone goes there. It's on the tip of my tongue. Whole Food. It's kind of like it's like kind of a black-owned Whole Food, and her dad ends up selling it to their competitive, and in order for her to get it back, she has to marry him. So that's that on that. If you haven't read it, read it. The next one is This Could Be Us. So back to what I was saying. This Could Be Us by Kenny Ryan, y'all. I cannot explain how much I love the friendship in this series. The Skyland series, I cannot. Before I Let Go, This Could Be Us, and I think the next one is Can't Get Enough. That is Soledad's book. No, is it? Hendrix books. This one is Soledad books. This Could Be Us and Soledad. It's about her and Judah Emmett and Cross. I love that man. I love him. I think if I had to say my book boyfriend of the year, it would be Judith Cross and Justin from Just for the Summer, and Smoke from Damon Stream. I think those would be my book boyfriends. But y'all, the way Judah just was there, he's just like, I'm just here to support you. I'm here to support you. Like, I'm here to be whatever you want me to be. I'm here as your cheerleader. I'm here as a shoulder to cry on. I'm here to love you. I'm here to love your girl. Like, I'm here for you, and not to just make you feel like you have to be a shadow of yourself just to be with me. Like, it's Judith MF and Cross, y'all. It's so poetic. He's just so poetic. Like, now one thing she did when she wrote Judah is that she wrote the crap out of Judah. Like, she wrote Judith and left no crumbs. Do you hear me? Like, Judah MF and Cross, y'all. The way I love that man. I just cannot get over the way I love that man. But on to the next book, because we got to get through this, because this video is getting pretty lengthy. The next one is Archer's Boys. I didn't realize how much I was going to actually enjoy this book until I read it. Like, to know how deep it went with Archer and his family. Oh, it's a fly in my house. How deep it went with Archer and his dad, and like the backstory of what happened to him, to his parents. Like, it would traumatize anybody into not talking, especially a kid. Like, it would honestly traumatize any kid into silence. Like, yeah, that's just that on that. The next one is Daisy Darker, y'all. If I read The House Across the Lake, we'll be talking about that. But Daisy Darker by what's her name? Alex Feeney. The way that book had me. The way that book had me. I feel like after reading that book, I was like, yeah, maybe I'm actually into mystery thrillers. Like, maybe I can actually sit down and read a good mystery thrillers without being, yeah. So I really love that book. Like, if y'all haven't read it, like, the way that book got me, it got me. The next book is Done and Dusty, y'all. I finally read Done and Dusty. The way I've been putting that book off is crazy. I feel like I was just so scared of the hype that it was getting, and how everyone was saying, like, they loved this book was so good, like, they really enjoyed it. What I am waiting for is Gus and the Best Friend book. I think it's the one behind me, Lassoed, and I think it's Lost and Lassoed. That's about them. Or is it Sword and Saddle? I don't know. But whichever one with Gus and the Best Friend ended, I want to read that. Because the way they did not like each other, you could just tell the tension in that book is going to be so good. It's going to be so good. But we talking about Done and Dusty. I feel like that one, I really enjoyed that book. Mainly for the brothers. But anywho. The next book on this list is Zodiac. Y'all, when I read Zodiac, I cannot get behind the bullying. The bully romance in these books. The way that they was doing these sisters. It honestly disgusted me. I'm not gonna lie. But as you get into the series, like I'm on book 3. I finished book 1 and 2. I have to read 3, which I heard is like the best book. It's like when the series picked up. I just could not get behind the bully romance in it at first, but the second book wasn't as bad to me. Like I feel like they calmed down a lot. Like they got an understanding, and I feel like in book 3 though, I feel like in book 3, I'm ready. And last but not least, Say You Swear by Megan Brandy, y'all. I finally read that book as well. I have videos. Check out the channel if you haven't already. I feel like how do I feel about this book? I feel like it was good. I feel like the friendship, her and her best friend friendship, I love that. I love how her brother was always there for her and caring. Although I felt he was like a bit overbearing at times. But what I didn't like is the brother best friend and how he felt like just because when she, I don't know, I feel like it don't matter. Like y'all could be, you can be my best friend, and if my brother does something for you and like that, honestly, that you've loved this boy since we were a toddler, do not let me hold you back. Go get your husband. Why did his best friend feel like that says a lot about you though? Like when you really think about it, if your best friend don't want you with their, that says a lot about you, because your best friend knows some shit. Like, I mean, excuse my language, your best friend knows some stuff, and they feel like you're not the best fit for their sister, and they like I don't know, I can't explain. And if you read it, you understand it. But the best friend got on my nerve. I don't even remember his name because he got on my nerve so bad, because how he wanted to play I love you not. Like, calm down. And when she moves on, that's when he want to walk around like a sad puppy and be like, I want you now. And like the way he treated her after, that book made me feel all the emotions. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it made me feel all the emotions, especially about him. But those are all the 2024 books. Those are the 24 books that I loved in 2024. Say it fast 3 times and see if you can make it happen. So yeah, I'm going ahead and end today's video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
I'm calling bullshit. Say you got it, but you ain't got nothing. Bad bitches don't say shit, they just come.